What's up, YouTube? It's your girl, Sage Valentine, and I'm back here to do another review of CBS's Big Brother Season 21. This recap and review video is all about episode number 38. So, Nicole's the HOH, Jackson and Holly were the nominees, and Jackson won veto. Big Brother left us hanging last night after giving us a very tumultuous episode that was actually quite good. I was just kind of annoyed we didn't get the veto, and then I completely forgot the veto had to be live, because then Jackson would have to make the decision in front of everyone. And honestly, when Big Brother makes house guests make those decisions in front of everyone, I think that is the hardest decision to make. There's something about being kind of in the diary room, making the decision between yourself and the producers, that seems more comforting than having to make a spur of the moment decision. I know it was hard for Nicole in the double eviction, so I know it had to be hard for Jackson to make that decision, because honestly, during that entire live eviction ceremony, Jackson looked very uncomfortable, and normally he looks very calm, cool, collected, and a tad bit cocky. So we'll see how all of this is going to play out in the finale, but I'm thinking the finale is going to be very interesting. So as I said before, last night's episode ended before we could see the results of the veto ceremony, but no longer upset about that, because that was interesting. Jackson's body language was giving off a lot. That final decision, if he wins that final HOH, that's going to be something. Now, Nicole kind of knows what Jackson might do since he has the veto. He might end up keeping Holly and kicking out Cliff. But she hopes that Jackson will keep his word. A lot of people are saying, well, you know, this is Big Brother, yeah. But you kind of look for human decency, maybe a little bit in the game. I can't fault her for that. A little bit, considering how indecent a lot of people have been in this season. The things they've said and done and such. Anyway, Jackson says that pretty much he's getting rid of Cliff, so you, Nicole, me, and Holly are the final three. Nicole's all upset. She's saying that this is all her fault, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, Nicole, this is not your fault. This is Cliff's fault. Cliff is the reason you decided to vote out Tommy, because he wouldn't waver. He wouldn't move. He was immutable, unchangeable. He had to keep Holly, which is the reason why he got voted out of the house. So Jackson pretty much broke his promise. And he pretty much was like, you know, my word is my bond until it is betrayed. As if anyone expected Jackson to even save Cliff once they made it to the final four. I know I didn't. I know most of you guys didn't. Maybe there's one person who thought that he wouldn't have, but I definitely did not. Well, when Jackson's talking to Nicole, he starts making excuses, talking about how Nicole and Cliff betrayed him, and that's why he did what he did. Again, nobody's surprised. Nobody's stupid. Everybody knew he was going to turn on them eventually. But he is the house guest that talks about integrity a lot, and he went against his integrity more than anybody else and really showed his true colors in this house. Nicole says she's pretty much done with him. She's over it. And I saw quite a few videos where Nicole was just done, and I saw one today where she just kind of peeped his whole card and was just like, he really thinks I'm stupid enough to believe this. I'm not done with him. Nicole regrets not keeping Tommy. I think she regrets not keeping Tommy mostly because she listened to Cliff. If it had been her own decision and she said, you know what, I'm not going to keep Tommy, I'm going to get rid of Tommy, then that'd be one thing. But Cliff really pushed and pushed and pushed for Holly to stay. So Cliff is the reason why they're in this situation. Even if Nicole made that decision, Cliff still pushed. So is it Nicole's fault? Yeah, but it is Cliff's fault more than Nicole for that decision. Because even if, as I said in my last review, Nicole had voted to keep Tommy, Cliff was still voting to kick him out. So, and Jackson was going to have the final say in it. So you know how that was going to go. So Jackson tells her not to tell Cliff, and I'm just like, Jackson, go sit down. I'm so glad that she was just like, F Jackson, because honestly, like, who would keep that to themselves at this point? There's 4 people in the house. You might as well tell him he's going to find out anyway. So when Nicole tells Cliff, he's trying to stay calm for Nicole's sake, but deep down he's all upset. And I'm like, of course you'd be upset. This is what I wanted to see this season. I wanted to see people's real feelings. I didn't want to see these rehearsed, calm, everybody's wonderful, they're playing a great game. I want to see people be upset and really show that I'm upset. I wasted my whole summer doing this, and this person did this, that type of thing, because that's genuine to me. Seeing them happy and, oh, I love you, you did an amazing job, thank you. And then I'm just like, ugh, it's not genuine at all. So Cliff is like, he came to win this game. He didn't come to win 3rd place or 4th place or 2nd place. I'm like, yeah, but you made a lot of foolish mistakes. And you were so adamant about being a part of the young it crowd that they screwed you and they threw you to the side. And then, or should I say screwed him over, threw him to the side so many times, doubted him. He made it to the Final Four and continued to put his faith in somebody who burned him all those times, and that's why he ended up heading to jury. Cliff claimed that he would keep fighting, and I'm kind of looking at it like, you can keep fighting, but your time is almost up. Then we got a nice little jury house segment, which I'm happy Big Brother did, because I got tired of all those extra, like, fluff pieces. I wanted to see what was going on in the jury, and boy, was it good. I wish it could have been, like, a tad bit better, but it was good. Okay, the jury members, at that point it was Fakes and Mimosa, that's what I call Jack, Sis and Kat, and they were surprised to see Nick, but Kat was really upset that Nick was there because he was like the worst case scenario, I think she said. Nick felt very betrayed by Tommy, and then the next thing you know, Jessica comes in with her tape, and they got to see her tape, and it was really funny when Jack was making fun of her when she fell. We all were on social media. Everybody was. And Kat reveals she's not too keen on Jackson. Of course not. After what he did to her, I would be surprised if she actually liked him. Everyone is upset that Cliff didn't get it voted out. How's he still in the house? Blah, 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 blah. Then we find out that Kat and Nick are bonding or something, and I'm just like, Nick, you're making a bond with yet another person. I thought you were madly in love with Bella. Then I remembered Bella wants nothing to do with him after he was in bed with Sis, and now he's cuddling up to Kat. I'd be surprised if Bella wanted to be with him after this point. So then Christy comes in, everybody's shocked. Nick is straight throwing shade the entire time at her manifesting things, and you didn't manifest, you'd be evicted. Nick is just not surprised that she's there. He knew she was going. And Christy is shocked that Nick and Kat are together. We all are shocked that they are together, to be completely honest. I know I was, and the people on my TVCO live eviction stream were all shocked as well. Like, those two? Like, what? But everyone seems to be happy that Nicole finally won something, so I guess that's a plus. And Jessica, for some reason, it's like, Nicole played a lot of us. I'm like, Jessica, anything but admitting the fact that the cool kids played you. You want to use Nicole as the scapegoat and as the villain, but the cool kids, 6 shooters, Grateful, Undeniable, they all played you out and used you, but you still want to look at Nicole as the villain. Right. So then it became a fight between Nick versus Christy, and it was a whole big thing, and I was just cracking up completely. Because Christy was getting upset, but Nick was just shading the crap out of her, and there was really nothing much she could say. It was too funny. Nick had a feeling that Tommy was going to be the next person to walk into that house, and boy, was he right. Christy is upset that no one got Jackson out of the house, and I'm just like, you didn't get him out either when you were HOH, and you didn't trust him for a long time, so it's kind of your fault too, Christy. Anyway, when it was time for the next jury member to come to the house, they all agreed that they thought it would be either Cliff or Nicole, and boy, were they wrong, because here comes Tommy walking into the jury house. And he spilled some major tea to Christy. And then he told everybody there, because he'd had enough of keeping secrets, that he and Christy not only know each other, but have known each other since elementary school. Everyone was shocked. I saw Jack's reaction and his face kind of dropped. I said, sweetie, you got played. Wholeheartedly played. Like Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant played. Like Odell Beckham Jr., Antonio Brown played. Like Serena Williams hitting that ball back and forth with Martina Navratilova. I'm sure Martina Navratilova, if I remember correctly, is much older than Serena, but you get what I'm saying. Played. And the hardest part for Tommy and Christy was keeping the secret. And somebody on my TVCO live stream, I believe it was K-Rock, who's Patrick, I believe he said that alliance basically did the dirty work to protect Tommy and Christy. And I'm like, yeah. I'm paraphrasing what he said, but yeah, he was right. And Nick feels even more betrayed because Tommy had Christy's back more than she had his. I'm like, but didn't he say that while he was in the house that he thought that Tommy had Christy's back more than he had Nick's back? I think he did. Christy said that Nicole saved up her steam and she acted like Nicole was some mastermind throwing competitions. I'm like, how could she be a mastermind if she was never allowed in the conversations? If she was never allowed in the Giant Alliance, if she was made fun of and cast aside along with Cliff and the rest of the outsiders. Like, make it make sense for me, because I don't see it. And as far as saving up her steam, she really didn't, because she worked very hard to win those competitions, and it wasn't easy at all. And we rooted for her every week, but it wasn't easy, and it wasn't handed to her. She worked hard. So sis thinks that Jackson's playing a good game, and I'm just like, sis, do you realize what Jackson did to you, right? Are you here? You paying attention? 'Cause I'm not getting anything from you. And she said something about, or somebody said something about Holly winning her fair share in the game. She did, but she also rode Jackson's coattails, among other things. I'm not trying to be vulgar, I'm just saying. Nick said at this point anyone can win, and that's what I've been saying all season long. And then that was the end of that segment. So we moved on to the next segment with Cliff and Jackson talking. Cliff commented that he wasn't the one trying to keep Tommy. And I'm just like, as if that's going to change anything at all for you in this game, Cliff. It's not. I think you've thrown Nicole under the bus enough, honestly. And he was like asking Jackson to evict Holly was probably the hardest thing that Jackson would do. I'm like, it's not a hard decision because he wasn't going to do it. And Cliff is setting out to destroy Jackson's game. Little does he know Tommy has already started to do that as soon as he walked into the jury house. So Cliff and Jackson kind of get along because they're both Southern boys. At least he thought they got along. The egg is all on your face, Cliff, because you were used. Cliff was just like, basically, if Jackson doesn't end up saving him from the block, he is not going to vote for Jackson to win. And if Nicole ends up in jury, she's not going to vote for Jackson to win either. So Big Brother didn't show up, but Jackson was highly upset about this. And he was just talking about how, like, he was kind of crying and upset because he feels like he's going to lose. Well, it's about time that he feels reality hit him, because for a while he felt rather entitled in this game. And you know how entitled players end up in this game. If you haven't already noticed, they don't end up winning. So I didn't expect him to, or I don't expect him to win after the way he's been acting, but anything can happen. So Jackson was shocked because he didn't expect Cliff to say that he was going to turn the jury against him. I don't know why you're surprised, because Jackson always acts like he's 5 steps ahead of everybody, so why wasn't he surprised by that? Or why was he surprised by that? Shouldn't he have already figured that out? Yeah, he didn't. So we moved on to the next segment, which was the live veto ceremony where Cliff and Holly were able to state their case and as to why Jackson should use the veto on them. And Cliff is just like, Jackson's just like, Cliff, you told me to play my own game. Adaptation is the key to survival. You said that. So he chose to use the veto to save himself. I probably messed up what I just said because I probably said with Cliff and Holly. But anyway, Jackson used the veto to save himself. And then Cliff was put up as the replacement nominee against Holly. So we got down to, we finally, I jumped the gun a bit. We finally got to the part of the segment of the episode where we got to the live eviction where Cliff and Holly had to basically beg Jackson to save him. Cliff said, win or lose, this is he has the greatest treasure at home with SDK 143, which is Sharon, David, and Kelly, his family. And 143 I was basically clued into tonight means I love you. I said, where is my mind that I didn't even put two and two together? Cliff knows it's a tough decision. He respects Cliff as a man, and he said that he's going to walk out of this house with his head held high. Holly's speech was long and drawn out, but from what I got from it, she's happy they made it to Final Four. She saw her game slip through her fingers, but then she was saved, and she was able to continue on, and throwing the HOH competition was hard for her, and she gave away a chance to save herself and was upset about that. Well, we know that because she's been saying that all week long. Cliff was essentially evicted from the house because Jackson voted to evict. And Cliff said he didn't take it personally. It was funny when Holly was talking and Jackson was exactly how I'm sitting right here, but he was kind of looking down like this talking. And I mean, not even talking, just like looking like he was really thinking. And he wasn't putting on when he was doing it. So Cliff got to talk to Julie Chen. And Julie did not disappoint because Julie was just like, dude, where did you go wrong in this game? And he said, I was too dependent on Jackson and Holly. And he trusted Jackson to falter where Jackson didn't. Julie said that Cliff jumped a few steps ahead and he got ahead of himself. Cliff said he was too trusting, and Julie was like, in what world would he take you over his showmance? And I was cracking up. And again, Cliff said that he was trusting or too trusting. So let me know what you thought about this episode. Man, this was hilarious. It's kind of funny coming from this after doing my live and talking to people because it makes it easier to do these reviews. But anyway, that's about it. I'll see you guys again on Sunday when I do that review. If it's live, I'm going live again on the TVCO app. So if you haven't had a chance, sign up for TVCO and chat away with me all about the episode, and then I'll do the review. As for Tuesday, I'll be live at 7. Really, I try to go live at like 6:58, but 7 p.m. Eastern to 8 p.m. Eastern. Sometimes it carries over a bit. And then on Wednesday at 9:15, I'm going live again for the final time as far as Big Brother is concerned. After that, that's about it. Until I can talk about The Walking Dead that next Tuesday, but every Tuesday I'm going to have to go live, so it is what it is, and I can't wait to chat all about Walking Dead because it's going to be fun. And it's crazy how all of this is now coming to an end. It has felt so heavy, and now we're about to have this weight lifted off of us, and we'll move on, and hopefully Big Brother will bring back Celebrity Big Brother for a 3rd season. But tonight's episode was pretty good. Let me know what you all think of tonight's episode. Check me out on Twitter at Sage Valentine, Instagram at Sage Valentine. This YouTube is at Sage Valentine, and TVCO at Sage Valentine. I'm also on Periscope. I am Violet Sunrise 84. I love you all. Take care, and I'll see you on Sunday. If it's live, I'm going live. If not, I'll do another review. Here's what it is. Love you all. Take care. Bye, guys. Love you all. Bye.